Today I'm showcasing a web app I built to help businesses and individuals track and manage jobs they're working on. It keeps a clean database of your clients and lets you upload pictures and notes of the jobs as they're completed. If you're a contractor, landscaper, or service-based business, this can help save you time, keep you organized, and impress your clients. So first we're going to check out this add work feature. This is a smart work upload form where you can enter the client's name, a note describing what needs to be done, and any pictures you took when meeting with the client. This can help document exactly what was discussed with the client, so when it's time to do the job, you're clear on what needs to happen. So we'll enter in client name, and we'll just say he needs a garden bed weeded. And the reason I call this a smart work upload form is because it can detect things in the note that pertain to the client or job. So in this case, it can detect the client's phone number or email or physical address or the quote if it's discussed with the client. So for right here, we'll just enter in the client's phone number with this add work note. So we'll add the picture of the garden bed that needs to be weeded. And you can also add little messages that are associated with the pictures you're entering. And then we'll click submit. And if the AI detects that Bill Smith is already in the database, it will just log that additional work under the current Bill Smith that you have. But because we don't have anyone in the database, it'll just create a new client. And so we can see that Bill Smith was added under the request tab. It appears in a table that you can sort by different values associated with the clients. And it also has a map. If the client does have a physical address, it'll locate them on the map. And so click on Bill Smith, and we can see that this is the information that we just entered for him. And it picked up the phone number, and this is the request for work that we just entered in. So when you're ready to move him to be on the schedule, you can click this edit button. And here you can enter in different values that pertain to the client: email, phone, address. Estimate is the cost of the job if that was discussed. And then here is where we can put them on the schedule. So we'll schedule him a few days from now. And click update. So now this client is on the schedule. And so the company is expected to essentially complete that work that was requested on the day that was scheduled. So you can see that the client was moved to the scheduled tab, which can help the business see all the clients that are expecting you to show up there. And so let's say the day comes where you need to complete the work. So you show up on July 11th and you weed the garden bed. And so you can go back to this add work tab and enter in the client's name. And the name doesn't have to be an exact match. So this could be like misspelled slightly. As long as it's close, the AI will determine that you're referring to that client. And we'll say weeded garden bed. And then we can add a photo of the work that was done. And if it was work that was completed, we click this completed check mark. And then we can submit. And we can see that there is one no longer in schedule and moved to completed. So now we have our client Bill Smith that had work completed on the day that it was scheduled. And so you can look at this client and see a history of work that has been requested and then work that has been completed. So as you can see, each of these clients is represented by a unique link. And so you can send them this link if you want the client to be able to view all the work that has been done for them through the business. But also they have this request work tab that they can choose to potentially request more work from the business. So let's say they want their lawn to be mowed. So they can type in a note of the description of the work, and then they can add photos to make it easier to understand what work needs to be done. And then they can hit submit. Now you can see that all this stuff is still there, but then there's a new entry saying that this client has requested his lawn to be mowed. So we can go back to the main screen and we can see that the client's moved from completed to request because they had just requested work to be done. And so we can, the company can see the client page from there. And then from there they can be like, okay, we'll come and mow your lawn on Saturday. And then update that. So now it's on the schedule. And Saturday comes and the business goes out and mows the lawn. So that would be Bill Smith. The lawn has been mowed. So they can add a picture of the lawn that was mowed. And then click completed, submit. And now that client has moved to the completed section. We can see that their lawn has been mowed. And this stuff is just, this kind of documentation is nice to have because it just keeps a record of all the work the company has done and what type of work that the company can do. It also keeps kind of a proof of service for different clients, and it does kind of add added sense of professionalism how you are documenting the work to be done. It can be pretty useful if clients aren't always at their house all the time, so they can still see that, oh, the company showed up and they did a nice job mowing the lawn or whatever work the company does. And having a form here that they can easily request work can save time, so that maybe the business doesn't have to go out and survey the job. Maybe they can pretty easily understand what needs to be done by what was entered in by the client. And it kind of keeps clients coming back to the company, having an easy way to enter in and request additional work. And so there's a couple other features I'd like to show you. So as you work for more and more clients, this list will grow more and more, and you can use different, have different values up here on the table so that you can sort the client by different values. But if you want to easily be able to find one of your clients, then you can click on this Find Client tab and just enter in Bill Smith or something close to Bill Smith. I think this will still work because the AI will determine what, if it's close enough to the client name. So it'll find that client and then take you directly to their page if you want to find your clients through this way. And then this history tab is just a way to kind of have everything that's been done in the company in one place. So it'll show the most recent stuff that has been done first. So this might be useful if you have a number of employees and you want to at a glance just see everything that was done that day. You can go to the history tab and scroll down and just see, oh, okay, this crew went out and did this crew went out and did that, some work was requested or whatever. So on a day-to-day basis, you can check and see all the requests made and all the work that was done, and hopefully move requests from being requests to being on the schedule and then moving them towards completion. And so one thing that's important to note is that this web app is custom built and it can be modified functionally and visually. So if you don't like the design of things, then that can be changed. And if you want things to work a little bit differently, or if you want to have add more information you can add on the clients, that can pretty easily be done. And also all this data that is stored from the website goes into a cloud database managed by Google. And so all that data is readily available for you and can be managed by you or viewed in this web app kind of any way you want it to. So yeah, I built this system ideally to help businesses track and manage their workflow and kind of have a good documentation of what's being done in the company. And so if you're interested for something like this for your business or your craft, then feel free to reach out to me and we can get you set up and I can show you kind of how things work or make any changes that you need. So yeah, I think that's it for this showcase, and yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching.